Hi everyone, I'm here at Dressage at Hickstead at the home of Mr Dane Rawlins to find out what's going to be going on and what we can look forward to this year with the dressage. Dane, thank you for talking to us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Let's start with just talking a little bit about all the press that's been going on and what's happening with Dressage at Hickstead and what can we expect now this summer?
Well, I mean, obviously, as you know, we had issues, financial issues because of the current climate, in that basically we haven't had that many sponsors forthcoming. We've had really fantastic people like the Bechtelsheimers, the Pidgeleys, who have come in, Hiscox, who have been great. But we still had this big shortfall, and we really looked at the whole thing to revamp it all, and what we thought we needed to do was make it a better experience for everyone coming in. So after a long conversation with my brother, who runs the biggest auction in Holland and is the biggest dealer of dressage horses in Holland, he suggested he brings over the caterers from Holland with the look, with the ambience, and really we want to make it a great experience.
And that's so exciting because we all know they do it better in Europe, don't they?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
well
really
we sat in Sertogenbosch. I did the commentary for the FEI TV there, and then afterwards we were sitting down, obviously only drinking water.
Of course.
You understand that, until the early hours of the morning, and this idea sort of sprang out of conversation because of what they'd set up there, because of the way it was presented.
Yeah, fabulous. So what can we expect? So we're coming through, we get our tickets in the normal way, we can come into Hickstead.
And you're going to have just really a great experience of ambience, because apart from it looking like a mini Dutch show, which is going to be quite something, well, a big Dutch show, we have just got the most amazing opportunity yet again with Chef Janssen, who has designated the final selection trial for the Dutch. So we have, and we can expect, as long as they're all fit and well, Totelas, Salinero, Adelinda Cornelissen, you know, all of those people.
And that is so exciting for us to be able to get to. So you can actually just get any car part by your ticket.
It just isn't recognised, you know. Because I spend so much time abroad, you just see this, and what we are trying to create is the norm out there.
Yeah.
And we are just so far behind. We've improved so much in many aspects of equestrianism in England and the things we do. We haven't got it with these shows. We haven't woken up, and we just need to really move on. Yeah, 100%. And the best way is to bring them in.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, is to try and get the Dutch and the Germans and everybody to come to us and bring their ideas with them, and that's what we're attempting to do this time round.
Well, the thing is as well with that, when you've got that sort of level of riders like at Windsor, even people that weren't remotely interested in dressage, let alone horses, were loving watching these guys, weren't they? Especially the freestyle to music and all that.
Well, the wonderful thing was that Mike and Angie Rutherford brought in a couple of friends, and the couple of friends happened to be Barbara Bach and Ringo Starr, who then watched Totelas ride and were absolutely blown away, and then came to watch him again at Olympia. And what's wonderful, it's great having celebrities around, but how nice when celebrities like what you're doing enough to come again.
So it's good.
And it's massive, and it really is. This show is comparable with any of the shows in Europe in the class of the field that's coming now. There's nothing to touch it in England, and probably never has been for a long time.
So tickets available, website, normal places?
They're on the website, they're on the phone, you can ring up. There's normal tickets, there's covered grandstand tickets, there's a small club sort of lounge. There's everything you want, and really world-class VIP facilities.
So now, how about you with your horses? I know you've just come back from Saumur on your lovely Sydney. How are you doing?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I've been out of competition work for a long time until the last couple of years on the international scene, and this is sort of revamping it all. And I mean, Sydney is a world-class mare. I mean, you know, Edward Gall and Patrick Kittel and Chef Janssen just love her to bits, and so I respect the fact that they really like her. I mean, I have to ride her better. She's still very young. She's only a 10-year-old, which at Grand Prix for most horses is young. They're not all Totelas. Spain was great. It was one of the best Grand Prix that she's done. There's plenty of room for improvement. And then we're off to we've got Cannes and Villeurbanne and the national shows over here.
Fantastic. Now, I know that upkeep of the horses is very important to you, and as they can see, I know you work a lot with Baileys.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
I know without their sponsorship and support for not just your horses, and this is not just something personal to you, is it? They help you a lot throughout the year.
Oh, no, it's great. And I sort of, like everyone, I tried this food, that food, the other food, and I just can't for the life of me recall how the conversation came about. I think Baileys was sponsoring Andrew, and we just got talking over Hickstead, and the suggestion was maybe, well, have you tried Baileys? And not particularly. And you hear all of this rubbish, you know, this food does this and this food does that. And be honest with you, I've been in the game a long time, it goes straight over my head. But I was looking for something else for the horses, and I just wanted a bit more energy in a couple. I just needed a bit more. So in come Baileys and say, well, we can give you this. So I go, yeah, all right then. So in they come, they looked at it. Huge improvement. And I think any rider needs sort of a real rapport now with the vets and with the nutritionists and all the rest of it. And I've got to say, I had to eat my hat, because they really did come out of that. And the funniest thing, I've now had to cut down the amount of feed I'm giving Sydney.
On cost as well.
Yeah, she was getting so big. Well, it must be, because literally we have taken out about 30% of what we were feeding her, and getting a much better result, because obviously you get to saturation point and you just start pushing any old rubbish through. Fine, they're going to get big and fat and overweight, but also you start to waste.
Yeah, sure.
So I think at the moment we're on a really, really good balance.
Great. So just moving on from there, in your opinion, because I know you do a lot of commentary, you know everything there is to know in the dressage world.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Who are we watching out for this year? Who have you got your sights on?
I mean, obviously the Dutch are the ones. They're fantastic. They're on a roll. They have got very hot, sharp horses. They're breeding programs to die for, and they have a training program, which, all right, it's been vilified by a few, and you have to wonder the motives of some of the people who vilified it. But it works beautifully for these really sharp, hot horses.
Well, I should be really looking forward to seeing them when they come.
There you go, Totalas. That's got to be the main one, isn't it? That's going to be the one. Yeah. No, we might let you. I think it's going to be a charge for it this time, but it should be good.
So just to talk a little bit about your base here now. Obviously, we see a lot in the press with Andrew's based here and with Katie. How's all that going?
Oh, fantastic! No, they're great. I mean, it's really nice to be able to work with other people and have them around and have the rapport and a bit of banter, and it's just so nice to do it. And again, I go back to the continent that as we know it. That's normal.
Yeah, that's how it is.
It's us that hide at home with one horse and then wonder why we get to a show the horses don't like this and don't like that. I mean, the horses here don't give a damn about tractors, and they certainly don't worry about other horses very much. And it's just brilliant. And I just would recommend it to anyone. Get together and work with your friends. So
brilliant. Well, that's a nice note to leave it on. Dane, thank you for talking to us today.
You're welcome.
Good luck for the season.
Great. Thanks a lot.